Hi, I'm the People Mentor. You know what I see happening all the time? Small business owners putting off thinking about company culture because they think it's something for later. When we're bigger, they tell me. When we've got more people, I'm going to tell you why that's a mistake you can't afford to make. The moment you work with another person, even if it's just a freelancer for a few hours a week, your culture is already taking shape, whether you're intentional about it or not. If you leave it to chance, it gets shaped by whoever has the strongest personality or whoever makes the most noise. And once those patterns are set, changing them becomes a real uphill battle. I've worked with plenty of business owners who've learnt this the hard way. When you approach culture with, "We'll sort this out later," you're sending a message that behaviours and boundaries are optional, that there are no real standards. When you approach it with, "I can shape this from the start," you build consistency from day one. This is where those little voices in your head start piping up. "It's too early for this," they whisper. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. But having clear values gives you a clear foundation when making decisions. They're your proof that it's not personal, it's about what you've all agreed matters most. In a bigger organisation, you might absorb a bit of culture drift before it shows up in your results. But in a small team, one person with a bad attitude, one person who ignores boundaries, one "that's just how we do things" excuse, and it spreads like wildfire. Culture isn't a motivational poster on your wall. It's the unwritten rules about how you treat each other, how you treat customers, how you make decisions when you're under pressure, and what's okay versus what's absolutely not okay. I usually start with my clients by asking 3 simple questions. What behaviours do you want to see rewarded here? Is it speed? Accuracy? Creativity? Taking initiative? Showing respect? Working together? Be specific. Being professional means different things to different people. What's non-negotiable? These are your deal breakers, no matter how talented someone is. Disrespect, dishonesty, throwing others under the bus, constantly interrupting people. What do you want customers to say about you when you're not around? This often gets to the heart of what you want your business to stand for. Write these down. You've just created the foundation of your culture. Without clear values, giving feedback feels personal. With them, it becomes about maintaining the standard you've all agreed on. I've seen how much easier it becomes to say, "In our business, we treat people with respect." That means not talking over others or dismissing their ideas. You're not attacking the person. You're protecting what you've all agreed matters. Values are worthless if they're just words in a document somewhere. They need to show up in how you make hiring decisions, give feedback, recognise good work, and handle mistakes. A practical tip: link your praise directly to a value. "Thank you for staying late to help finish that project. That's exactly the teamwork we value here." And when you need to address something, in our business, we take responsibility for our work. Not letting anyone know about that missed deadline isn't how we operate. Your biggest strengths can become weaknesses when you overuse them. Maybe you're naturally driven and that's great, but push it too far and you might overlook how your team is feeling. Maybe you're detail focused, which is useful for the business, but taken to extremes, it can turn into perfectionism that slows everything down. Knowing your own tendencies helps you create values that balance getting things done with looking after your people. Don't get stuck trying to craft perfect wording. Pick 2 or 3 core values and add a sentence under each, showing what it looks like in practice. For example, respect. We treat each other and our customers with care and honesty even when we're under pressure. Ownership. We take responsibility for our actions and keep our promises. Growth. We learn from mistakes and look for ways to get better. You can refine the language later. The important thing is to start using them now. You know what I find fascinating? Some of the most significant business breakthroughs happen right after business owners have been wrestling with the most doubt. I've watched people double their prices and thrive, launch new services and succeed, hire their first employee and grow, all while those anxious voices were telling them they couldn't do it. Your values become the anchor that keeps you steady through all that noise. Before you finish up today, spend 10 minutes writing down 3 behaviours you want to see more of. 3 behaviours you won't tolerate. 1 sentence about the reputation you want to build. Share it with your team, even if that's just one other person. Ask what they think. That single conversation starts building your culture properly. Your culture is the foundation on which everything else is built. Get it right early and it supports years of growth. Ignore it and you'll spend more time fixing problems than building something great. Don't wait until you think you need values. Define them now and live by them every day. Found this video useful? Hit subscribe.